So, yeah, it's good that we are able to have this meeting.
Yeah,
Yeah,
sorry about last week. I've just been a bit ill, if I'm being honest with you, and I didn't realize until I'm at my parents' place. If you're wondering what's going on in my background,
are you okay? You don't have COVID, do you?
no, no, no. No, I don't have COVID. I
Because here, obviously,
Yeah,
but here, if you're sick, it means you have COVID.
okay.
So,
Yeah, dude, it's been a bit of a weird period the last week. Wow, this weekend especially. I went out to Italy because I went out to Italy anyway because my partner, that's where she's from, and then I cut the trip short, and I was a little bit poorly when I was out there anyway, and kind of all just got a bit messed up with
wow,
back and issues because my temperature had risen slightly, but I had
it's a long trip.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Because then I had to go to get to a doctor, and I'm not registered in Italy to get actual proof that hey, it's not COVID. But people see a temperature. Anyway, it was just a whole thing. But
Of course.
yeah, no, I'm glad that we're connected now. And yeah, apologies for the lag between getting, of course, the initial sheet and then us speaking. That's not the finished thing. It's where I'm at and where we're at is what I wanted to do was to go through and identify ultimately what I think are some sprints in terms of quick wins that would
Mhm.
benefit us in terms of, that's a reference to let's go ahead and install Google Analytics. Maybe let's install Google Search Console. Let's just see what that does in terms of data and sources and what's driving traffic. And
Sure.
let's start to connect some pieces of the puzzle together, just from a kind of tracking and initial setup perspective. I think what you're looking for, of course, which is absent from the plan, which is probably what led to you being a bit frustrated, is well, what's the North Star? Like what?
Yeah, just,
Yeah,
I mean, I don't need, first of all, I paid up front, and that's foolish. Every time I do that, I get screwed.
you won't get
Um,
screwed because I'm still here,
Okay.
man. Yeah, you
And I
won't. You
used to
won't.
be I used to
Yeah,
be a digital project manager at an agency such as yours, so I know how things work. And how it works with agencies like yours is I get screwed. And
you won't because
they overcharge me for and do very little and then go more please. But let me just finish. So I saw this QA document, and that's basically what it was. And that's cool, but I mean it didn't tell me anything new. Like I know for me, the website is a complete rebuild, okay? Because I did it with on the cheap with people, the developer who's an idiot. It's hard to find a good developer. It's hard to find, it was like pulling teeth just to get that piece of shit done. When
yeah,
all I really need is a WordPress. Just fucking take the WordPress template, and then I will change the images.
yeah,
Like we don't need to do this custom thing
yeah,
that he was trying to do that makes it all impossible to update in the piece of shit.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I
Understood.
need I need SEO. I need things like that. I need a newsletter.
Yeah, yeah,
You know
yeah,
what
yeah,
I mean? But I also it's just frustrating because those, like, I know what needs to happen. It's just
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
how do we get to a website that has SEO, that doesn't look like shit, that works on every platform, that also has a newsletter sign up, and and then we roll into running a newsletter. I think is
yeah,
the smartest
yeah,
way to go forward because all these little details like YouTube, I'm gonna stop posting as it stands right now my hour-long YouTube videos because first of all, I think it hurts you in the algorithm. Second of all, it's got like 150 views. The
yeah,
last one, how many of those people actually sat through it? Nobody. Okay, so it's just a shit show. Like I think way more can be gained from just talking and me explaining what it is that I'm doing, what results I'm getting, and how frustrating it is, and what we can do to grow the audience size. Because I don't have time anymore for like obsessing over these tiny little things they found in their QA document. Okay, this is bigger things
yeah,
are going on here for tapping into a new audience. We're not don't have any connection to Google. Okay, and no way to tap into a larger audience. So uh, that's my frustration, I guess. I know we're in the holiday season, and if you're sick, I feel sorry. I'm glad you feel better now. It's just that the speed and not knowing what I'm going to get for $500 or what's going to cost, and for me, I'm sitting all week thinking, okay, that's it. That's
Yeah.
it. That was $500, and it's just like I don't need that. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can work on details all day long.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can do it myself.
Yeah. Absolutely. So, dude, I understand where you're coming from. That wasn't the finished product. What should have happened is
Yeah,
that
yeah. And then I get frustrated over the calendar because I'm like,
yeah.
how are these guys going to run my funnel? He can't run his calendar.
I've not had that happen before. Like people, I just normally see the
people just
details.
do it. I assume they just do it.
Yeah.
I'm a different breed.
That's cool.
Okay.
That's cool.
First of all, I'm a fucking American. Second of all, I'm from New Jersey. So, and I was a digital project manager and QA person myself. So I'm not going to hold back on the things that I think that you can improve.
And you're right too. You're right too. I absolutely understand. And I think that like first of all, I've not come on this call to offer you more money. To be honest with you, I would just be like, dude, I would refund you in the instance you're like, oh fuck it, this is a complete waste of time.
Of course, I know you would.
I care more about my relationship. I care more about my own sense of value as well. Meaning that, man, Ben had a justifiably shitty experience with me, and that sucks. I'd rather just like say, you know what, it didn't work out. Let me send you the money back. And what I wanted to do was, that document was there and that's done. I wanted to jump on a call with you, which is what we're doing right now, and I want to ultimately understand what the best thing for you is, because, and this is where some of the challenge is that there's lots of stuff that's obvious that needs to be done.
So much. There's so much to do. Where do you begin? And then, therefore, how much more value is there me in pointing out stuff that you? There's not a lot of value in me pointing out stuff that you maybe necessarily know, but it's not done, and then you get frustrated because you're like, I know that, and it's not done. My opinion on your North Star is that we do it modularly. The first module is building a fucking good website. Think about nothing else. When I signed up for Upwork, well, I've been using Upwork for years, but when I made the post, I'm looking for SEO. Why? Because that's bringing you like solid leads.
Yeah,
is the hope, right?
Yeah.
So, that's step one. That coupled with the newsletter, I agree, is my focus. Is something that it's an avenue that's. Those are things that everybody else is doing that we're just totally not doing.
Absolutely, and my feeling on it is that that's where we start. Now, we all of the quick wins are the quick wins. That's the forest for the trees scenario. But I think in terms of, for example, a end of, let's say, and again, it depends upon how quickly it's done, right? But let's just say a 2-week sprint to a 4-week sprint. Let's just say end of January, have a website that you're happy with, that's finished, that's done, that represents the God Pod, basically. And
that has SEO.
So it will be optimized from an on-page perspective. We won't have done any link building for it because we're not going to build. But we want ultimately your cornerstone. That's, in my opinion, what we should focus upon. Now, is that advice you should pay for? No, because I think you already know that. That's fine. Of course,
it's the management of doing it that I struggle with.
Yeah, sure.
Finding a developer or team that you can work with.
Yeah,
it's not going to screw the pooch.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? Because you can find good people on Upwork. You can.
No,
I agree. Find a lot of
shitty people, and I'm sure
they're on Upwork for a reason. Sometimes
I'm sure you thought that about me several times during the course of last week.
No, I'm a hard case.
No, that's cool, dude. I enjoy hard cases because I learn from it as well. Because you're right, there are holes in our process, and I take it on the chin. I'm like, yeah, you're right. It's a bit of a shitty experience, and I'm like, that's fair.
It's a hard time to judge. Obviously, I'm so like wanting to make some kind of difference because we're putting out an excellent product.
Yeah.
Everybody says so. We're maximizing. Like I talked to the CEO of Audrey.io in Germany, who has 8,000 podcasters in his app, and he's talking to lots of people trying to figure out what they need, how to pivot next. And he said that we have the best leveraged Patreon to downloads that he's ever seen, because we have like 3,000, 35 to 4,000 downloads on each episode, we're putting out 3 episodes a week, mind you.
Yeah.
Other people are only doing 1, so then their audience, a lot of our audience probably struggles to keep up with how much content we're creating. But anyway, the point is $3,500 to $4,000 a month on our Patreon is like, he's like, that's crazy. That's $1 per download. He hasn't seen anything like that. So my frustration is we're not getting, the downloads never change per month. It's like 60,000 to 65. So that's clearly because it's not being, and then the patron growth slows down unless I'm spending money exorbitantly on advertising.
Yeah.
Because it's not reaching new people.
Yeah.
And then people that are using it or listening to it can, be like, okay, now Trump is done. Let me move on to something else. You never know.
Yeah.
You lose people, you gain people. Some people become hardcore. But this I've never found it so difficult to tap into an audience and grow.
Yeah.
Because one, podcasts are relying on word of mouth. And I don't know necessarily push that enough on the show, or people are afraid to talk to their family about it, or it's hard to, I don't know. There's so many things I could be doing. I could be screenshotting all the positive reviews we get. Every review is positive, and sharing that on Twitter. There's so many things I haven't tried. But anyway, I don't know what the secret is, but just I feel like definitely SEO and the website and the newsletter.
Yeah.
So marshal the newsletter, keeping people into it, and then the SEO getting new people.
I understand, man. I totally understand your frustration, and I want it as you said, it's a combination of as you said, finding good people and having work done like effectively and efficiently, and I totally get that. And I think that for me, the next step, of course, is you getting a website built. I think before a website developer of any kind got involved, some things you would need to decide, or we would need to decide, which are what pages would the website have, what content would be on those pages, what pictures would those pages contain, and what is the ultimate call to action. So this is my suggestion as it stands right now. I want to, within that 5-hour fee, whatever it is, like, because I want to continue, I want to help you with that process until we get to a stage that you can hand those assets over to a developer. I can introduce you to a developer. You can obviously find your own developer, however it works. But I think for me, logically, that's probably, the next practical step if you're on board with that being a simple plan that we can execute.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. And it might be.
I need someone to be monitoring it from a high level to say, there's key decisions being made which affect SEO. So,
Yeah.
Does every episode get its own page?
Yeah.
Does every, what does the structure of the website look like? How does that look for SEO?
Absolutely.
What are we doing?
And what I'm thinking as an initial next step. So let's continue with these 5 hours. Let's run it until the end of this year, right? And then let's just rediscuss what's next. I think between now and then, I would love it from you, even a simple email that's 5 lines with a brain dump of, Deepak, this is my brain dump. This is what I'm trying to achieve on the website. And then I can take that and begin finessing it and saying, well, we need to consider this, we need to consider that. And there'll be a bit of a, if you will, Q&A process between you and I, just so we get to a place where I know that a developer can come on and say, aha, I understand the sitemap, the pages that you want. I understand the content you want. I understand the images. I can build it in a week now. That's fine. And then it becomes a design process, which.
And then what terms you're trying to target. So for me, I would say, Atheist Podcast for Google would be one thing we want. But
I would then
how many people are looking for that?
Yeah,
I think better than that would be Comedy Podcast.
Yeah.
Because the ranking, the way to really grow for a small podcast is, and everybody knows it, is to rise up through the ranks of Apple's charts.
Yep.
And then you're getting all kinds of new listeners that way. And so how to do that, I think, is critical.
So I think that both of those are achievable. I think let's look at the immediate next action. Immediate next action. I've just sent you a keyword surfer. I've just typed it into the whereby chat itself. You might see it come up if you hit the chat button. You'll see it says keyword surfer. That's a Chrome plugin anyway. It's free and it shows you the search volumes for different keywords that you search based upon region. So whilst you are determining what, install that on
Is
Chrome.
there a link in this?
No, there's not. It's just something you can
Okay.
whack into Google, and you'll see
Right.
it. You'll see it come up. It's Keyword Surfer. It's free. Just type in Keyword Surfer Chrome even, and you'll see it come
Got
up.
it.
Yeah, perfect. So what I would love from you to help with that process is have a little bit of research on that, and it will give you some sense of basically search volumes. That's all you need to pay attention to at the moment in the US. That will then give you a sense of what
How do
keyword.
I? Okay, I'll try to figure out how to use this.
Do you want to share your screen? I can walk you through it if you've got some specific questions.
Yeah, I don't know. Let me see. Share. Open system preferences. Brr. Not be able to record the contents of your screen. This one's good.
Are you on Chrome at the moment or something else?
Yeah. I'm on Chrome. Anyway, I don't need to record it. I just want to share my screen. Okay, it's not going to let me do it. Whatever. I'll figure it out.
Let me share
Or you
my
can just talk me through it.
yeah. Let me share my screen anyway with you. It's pretty straightforward. Basically, once you've installed the Chrome plugin, Keyword Surfer. Here it is, Chrome. Give me a sec.
Yeah, I did that part.
Yeah, I'm sure you got to. So I've got it in Chrome. I'll enable this item. You've done all of this already, no doubt.
Oh, what's that? Enable what now?
So don't worry about that enable thing. It's because I've got it disabled because there's a couple that
Oh,
I use. So
yeah.
so you wouldn't need to bother with that function. Let me just go find out where the frick it is. Oh,
Yeah. It's over here in the top right somewhere.
yeah.
Exactly.
So there it is there, and
Where
what
is
it
that? Sorry, I didn't see.
it's here in the corner, but you don't need to worry about that because what it will do is if I search keyword surfer in Google, do you see? You know what? Let me just quickly do something. Um, Keywords everywhere. Let me
Extensions.
manage
Okay.
extensions. Let me just turn this off for a second. And let me now search with Keyword Surfer. So now I've got the Chrome plugin installed for Keyword Surfer. You'll see on the right. Do you see this on the right hand side that comes
Uh
up for
huh.
me?
Uh huh.
And
Yeah, yeah.
it will tell me. Let's let the thing load. Computer's being. But anyway, what will appear is search volume. Do you see keywords? You see
I have
similarity.
it. I see it working on mine
Ah,
too. I
perfect.
just checked
Okay.
it.
All right, great. So I think that it's probably very self-explanatory now. You've seen that.
So now I type in comedy podcast, and yeah, that's a huge search term. And Joe Rogan all over the top of that. So I think I don't know if you've heard about this scumbag Joe Rogan.
Yeah, yeah. Everyone's unless you've been living in a box, most
Right.
people have heard of him. Yeah,
So I
yeah.
think a good thing to figure out is at some level maybe I don't know
No, no, it's cool.
what are the best doing? How did they get
Absolutely,
there?
absolutely. And I think that what I want you to focus on is on a
And I
very.
know it's not the same kind of
It's
podcast.
okay. It's okay. It's okay. What I want
I
from
don't know.
you is 10 keywords. Don't think too much about it, but just 10 keywords based upon what you see, and then plus a high level of some fundamentals of what your website would contain. These are the pages I know I want, Deepak. So you've got your must-have column, and then you've got your debatable column, where this is a conversation. There's no fucking way I'm not having this, and that for me is a good next action. Does that work for you?
Okay, so 10 keywords, and then what must the site have? What maybe
Yeah.
must have? I mean, and I don't really know, but I'll do my
That's
brain dump.
and that's okay, and that's why it's don't exclude nothing. Don't worry about over analysis. We're at the brain dump stage at the moment. The initial part of that just needs to be led by you. If that's 20 minutes, it's done. That's great. If it's 2 hours, that's also great. And from there, And then the final question is, what's my North Star? And again, if you don't know, just put, I know I want newsletter downloads. I know I want more people to hear about it fundamentally. How I measure how many people hear about it isn't my number of downloads, Deepak. That's my ultimate metric that I care about, or it's
It
comments on.
currently is, yeah.
Yeah,
I look at the charts. I look at the downloads.
yeah,
I
perfect.
mean, that's how everybody in podcasting does it. I know that this website needs to have Google Analytics obviously set up. It needs to have Facebook Pixel. Facebook is already prompting me on my page to say, "Why don't you add a pixel to your website, dumbass?" And then the thing that's frustrating is that I have this huge Facebook page with millions of followers and tons of activity, and same with Twitter. But every single time that I ask people, "Did you know I have a podcast?" 60 to 65% didn't know, no matter how much I've been cramming it down their throats. And the reason for that, obviously, is the algorithm of Facebook and Twitter doesn't show your content to everybody, but especially when it's something that doesn't get a ton of engagement.
Yeah.
So the trick is getting engagement or running ads that target your own audience in those platforms, and I don't even know how to do that. So I don't know if you have Facebook ads, people.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah. There's lots of cool stuff that we're going to get to doing when it comes. There's actual dedicated, for example, Facebook CRMs that capture
yeah.
the comments of everyone who leaves comments on your posts, and then it allows you. It centralizes all their profiles, and then you can grab their emails and you can put them into a funnel. Even
Really,
people.
that's allowed?
Yeah, yeah. There's tools that do stuff like that now. That one's called Lead Closer, so you can have a look at Lead Closer, and it's like a
Wow.
Facebook CRM tool.
So this is the new Cambridge Analytica. Great.
Yeah,
No, I'm
yeah.
just kidding. All right, very good. I will work on that. And I
So we
just I
will
just always want to be in motion. I just want
we
to.
will get to the ninja stuff. Now it's simple. That's what we need. Forget all of the other shit. I just want that. As soon as I've got that, ping it to me on email, and let's start kind of going back and forth. And let's by the first, as part of the 5 hours, have said we're happy. This is what the site's going to contain. We obviously need to have a conversation about you or someone writing content to reflect what's on those pages or what's going to happen, because Google wants content. Static content, meaning once it's written, that's great. But for now, let's just get those the list done. 10 keywords, must
Yeah,
have
I don't
pages.
know, and I don't know whether or not each post needs its own article. I don't know
Great,
that.
great. Doesn't matter right now. We'll have
Okay.
that conversation later.
All right. Um, Very good. I will do that. Thanks for being so responsive, and we'll get this figured out. I hope
We will.
because,
Did we will. We
well, at
will.
least in a better state than what it is now.
Look,
Because
we're
the
gonna
thing
make
the
it.
thing that sucks about building a website is you build it and then you realize that's shit, and now I have to rebuild it again, and then you have to rebuild it again and again and again, and I
It's the
don't want
same.
to do that.
It's the same with, to a degree. It's the same with everything, isn't it? People's
Of
needs
course, of
change,
course, the cathedral's never finished. You're playing with Legos. You're always going to knock them down and build something better. But
and the first
no, I
time, of
understand
course,
that.
will be the hardest. Once we found your guy, or I introduce you to my guy, and you're like, "Fuck you." However it plays out, it's just the first time, as with anything. It's like,
Which is why, by the way, I'm so willing to completely knock it down and start over because I know that the next iteration will be better.
yeah, 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 yeah. No, I understand. I understand, and it makes
That's how
sense,
it works.
and I think that we will get there. So let's stop there. Aim to
Okay.
get that to me by Wednesday, Thursday latest, and then let's just go back and forth on email a little bit and just get to a place where we got that nailed, and let's have a call at such a time where there's confusion or we're very close to it now. What's next?
Okay. Obviously, this week is Christmas on Friday, so I'm just going to work on. I'll get this back, probably today or whatever. But I understand that it's going to take the next couple of weeks are iffy. So
I will get, if you get stuff to me by the 23rd. I will. I mean, my girlfriend. She's still in Italy. Actually, my partner.
oh
We're,
yeah, and this
well,
is of course you're going to want to see her. Yeah.
well, no, no, no. I'm because of COVID, I've come back, so we're not spending time together.
Oh, right. You were going there. and
Yeah,
then it got
yeah, and
ruined.
all it, so basically, I will get something back to you by early next week. Listen, we'll get to where we want to go. You won't be waiting forever again. I guess
It's
that's my
hard. It's
point.
hard. It's hard. It's a hard year. We're all going stir crazy.
Yeah,
So
yeah, it's certainly been challenging. But yeah, let's do that. I'll respond to you pretty quickly on email, and I'm pretty sure, by this year's end, like 9 days, 10 days, we'll be in a place where we've got a site map and structure, and then it's a case of right, let's bring a developer in now and build this out. And
awesome.
picking a WordPress theme that you like, that would be cool. So just Google XX WordPress theme.
And again, I don't know.
Google
This is something that I know how to do that. I just
Google
finding a WordPress theme.
SEO
Is,
friendly themes. SEO friendly
yeah.
themes. That's the one thing I would ask you to change when you make your search.
Okay, I can do that.
And then just pick 5 of your favorites, and then I'll decide one from that.
Okay, I can do
Cool.
that.
All right,
Thanks,
Ben.
man.
That's it, dude.
Have a good one.
All right. Talk to you soon.
Bye.